Truly allow yourself to be here, to celebrate your existence, to fathom just a fraction of all that it took for you to be here in this now moment, to be alive in a body, aware of who you are, beginning to become aware of the depth of who you are. Celebrate. There's more. There's always more. But understand that joy, satisfaction, peace, these are tools, these are states of being that recreate themselves over and over and over again. How you feel now is responsible for what happens next. What happens next is not responsible for how you feel. How you feel now is responsible for what happens next. In a way, it can be extremely counterintuitive how the functionality of infinite intelligence unfolds itself from the inside out. Inside out. Your heart is somewhat of an alchemical laboratory where we take the egoic life and we clear it of all distortions alongside the divine truth that remains in this space of peace. We take the outside reality, all that we see amongst the illusion, and we pull it in, and it runs through a filter where we sit on the throne in this space and recognize the refinement of the way in which we operate amongst the physical reality. We transmute the energies that we experience and observe amongst the illusion of relativity, converting it into more and more ways of experiencing and manifesting and expressing divine truth from our own space of being, which is truly inspiring for life itself, for all life, for all that we experience, for all that we connect with. It was necessary to have those experiences just to be in this space, to recognize all that that means. We're using that emotional content to transform our entire reality. And this is just the start. We're only starting here. We're only starting inside. We're only starting in our household, on our block, in our community, in our city, in our state, in our country. We're only starting there. This is just the beginning. This lifestyle of ours, this awakened lifestyle that we're becoming more and more accustomed to each and every day as we embody more of this. It reproduces itself. The more beauty that we see, the more it reproduces itself, the less judgment we project, the more acceptance we observe, the more acceptance we observe from life with us. The more we celebrate ourselves, the more life starts to celebrate us as individuals. The more you observe, the more you observe. I'll say it again because the more you observe, the more you observe. We are responsible for the manifestation, the unfoldment, the blending, the construction, heaven on earth. That's us. The more you observe, the more you observe. Life can be poetic sometimes. Actually, all the time, life is poetic. With wisdom, with sensitivity, with presence, with awareness, life ain't nothing but poetry. The greatest story ever told. The more you see, the more you get to see of yourself. I say this all the time, but I'm going to say it again because it's important. Pay attention. You know why it's so important that you pay attention? those gifted with the opportunity to see have the opportunity to embrace the responsibility, the honor duty, the honor responsibility of blazing the trail, leading the way. We ain't got to do it. You ain't got to do it. But judging by the amount of energy that it took just to get here, to be aware, to recognize who you are in truth, and to sense just a small portion of the fraction of your depth, how ancient you are in this now moment, the gift that you've come here with, the many, many lifetimes that you've experienced all throughout the universe, all to come here in this now moment. Once again, those who have the opportunity to see have the opportunity to take the responsibility. Are you willing to take responsibility? Are you willing to do the work? Are you confident enough to lead the way? Are you? Do you trust yourself enough to lead the way? There's a deep sense of being deep within who you are that knows what this is and what you're here to do. Leaders go first. Don't nobody want to run that race first. Because all the fingers, all the judgments, it's just ready. The internet is ready for you to step out on faith and do what ain't nobody doing, because it's coming. It's coming. What a plane need to take off. One more time. Y'all sophisticated enough to get this. What does a plane need to take off? Energy, fuel, yes. Direction, yes. Trajectory, yes. What else? Resistance. It's the wind that pushes the plane away from its direction, that allows it to take off, to lift off, to move up. The resistance, the pushback. That's what the plane needs. Yes, fuel, energy, trajectory, vision, a pilot, of course. Courage, of course. But the resistance to rise above, to lift off, to move into higher altitudes. A little pushback. Because a little pushback is where the confidence comes from. To trust itself, to trust the energy that it has. To trust the support that it has, to actually know it can fly. That's why they call it rise to the occasion. We get pushed. We get judged and poked fun at and attacked. That's not all that fuels the fire. But of course, it's the foundation of our own sense of being, our own trust of self, our own faith, our trust in the unknown. Listen, you are the creativity of God. You are the creativity of God itself. You, yes, you looking here now, yes, you would not hear the words that I'm saying unless it was for you. It's for you. You are the creativity of Source. Now is the time to step into your perfection, to trust yourself, to accept yourself. If there was any time in the whole wide world, now would be the time. It's a decision that happens now. However, it's a lifestyle that's expressed and embodied through a daily practice. And we're talking about honesty, integrity, accountability, awareness, personal responsibility, speaking up for yourself, expressing yourself, trusting yourself. More and more. That's what you're here to do. All that it took to be here now is all banking on you accepting yourself and taking that responsibility and being who you came here to be. And that's 100% who you are. Easier said than done, but once again, it's a decision that's embodied as a lifestyle through practice each and every day. Every day we bump our head, we fall, we get hit, of course, but we gotta keep going. We gotta keep reaching each and every day. You reaching is intimidating. It's intimidating because it's not easy. A lot of the people around you, they don't want to do that type of work. They're not interested in making life hard or making those hard decisions. It's easy just to go with the flow and make the easy choices. And those who make the hard choices intimidate them. So of course they attack them and they judge and project a bunch of shade. Why? Because you think you better than everybody. You've been here before. You've been here before and you've heard those words before. Heavy resentment. But you have the confidence to keep going. You have the confidence to keep pushing forward, to keep reaching, to keep saying the things that you're saying. Sometimes what we say and what we do are two totally different things, but each and every day we get up and we reach. We reach every day for perfection because we know that's who we are. But the journey is about imperfect imperfection. But the idea is to continue to reach, to keep going, to trust yourself. That requires confidence, resolve, resilience. That's why this is not popular. Don't nobody want to hear this. It's not popular because it's not easy. If it was easy, then it'd be popular. It'd be a bunch of folks in here looking and taking responsibility and be willing to take accountability. It's not. The people closest to you, the closest people to you serve most of the time as your greatest catalyst. That means you have to deal with real emotional experience, real emotional content and resistance. Because a lot of the times it's the people that you love and you want them to like you. You want them to support you and be with you and so on and so forth. It's not popular to make these types of decisions. So everybody ain't going to be in line to do this type of work and support you and say, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You're not going to have a cheerleaders and an audience all supporting what you're doing because it's intimidating. You're making the hard decisions. And if you make hard decisions and I support you and I second that, then you're going to hold me accountable for making those decisions too. And I don't feel like it. I don't want to. This path is not for everybody. But we took an oath to come here and do our best to love people and to serve people and assist people and help people, help ourselves, help all life through making those types of decisions, through following our heart. Here's one thing about following your heart that we have to understand, because our parents, our friends, our family, everybody wants the best for us. So most of the time they're saying things that they feel are necessary for us or that will serve us the most based on their conscious awareness. And of course we love them, we want to please them, we want them to be happy. However, at the same time, our happiness is the foundation of all happiness. So my happiness trumps the people I love's happiness. My happiness trumps the people I love around me's happiness, because my happiness is the foundation of all happiness. And you know how that happens? Through listening to your heart. Here's a realization. Have you ever considered the fact that listening to your heart is listening to God? Yeah, your mama wants you to do this, your daddy wants you to do this, your brother wants you to do this, your co-workers want you to do this, but something in your heart is telling you to do this. Who am I listening to, them or God? It's time to trust yourself a little. It's time to trust yourself. Listening to your heart. That's why they say, follow your heart. The heart is the key. Follow your heart each and every time. Do you know who you're listening to? That's why healing yourself is the greatest service that you can provide for all life, to provide anybody. Healing yourself, listening to yourself is the greatest thing you can do for all life. It's your happiness, your peace, your sense of balance, your satisfaction. You help everybody through here. Trust, confidence, We're not here worshiping somebody outside of ourselves, some organization, some hierarchy. We're talking about inside out trust of who we are as the creator. Are you waiting for somebody else to tell you what this is, to tell you what your life is about? Are you waiting for somebody else to do that for you? Or do you have the confidence to trust what's going on inside? Have you ever trusted yourself in your life and realized that you had it right the whole time? Have you ever not trusted yourself and then had to double back in hindsight and resented yourself for not listening to what was going on inside of yourself? Have you ever done that? Because if you have the emotional content to validate the importance of what's taking place inside of yourself, what's being said inside of you, the guidance that you're being provided. So, who you are, beloved. A divine manifestation of all there is, source, compiling data through experiences to create a better universe, through self-realization, compiling data through lifetimes and lifetimes of experience, cultivating a more refined view and understanding of the depths of one's own being. Ask you the question again, do you truly realize all that it took for you just to get here, to be here now, to be sophisticated enough to pay attention to right now? Those with the opportunity to see have the opportunity to take responsibility, to lead the way, to pave the way for generations to come. For generations and generations to come, the seeds are counting on you. The young souls that came here to planet Earth that desire to experience this heavenly reality, they're counting on you to do the work, to take responsibility, to have the confidence to trust yourself. They're counting on you. Some of y'all got babies, like real live children. They're counting on you to have the confidence to trust yourself. I ain't even got no kids yet, but if I did, god damn, you have no idea how much fire that's within this vessel. To take responsibility and do the work. Here's what's beautiful about now. We have the opportunity, being on this cusp of experience of unfoldment, to co-create. Why? Because we have all these energies that are of all planet energies that are here attempting to assist us as conscious beings in physical form to create beauty beyond our comprehension. In layman's terms, what that means is when you create with the unseen, when you create alongside these beings and you open yourself up to the ability to work together as a team to do this type of work, understand you are in the process of being able to create something beyond your own imagination. Because you're creating with awareness that's beyond you, that's beyond your evolutionary level, your conscious awareness. You're creating alongside beings that are aware of a much more expanded level of life than you are. They're assisting you in doing what you're here to do. Expressing yourself. Seeing the voids and the inconsistencies and inefficiencies in the way we operate and how we serve each other as souls here on this plane. They're aware of all of this stuff. You got the hands. You got the body. You're here on the living library. You're embodied. You're in a physical vessel. You have the power of emotion, the content that comes with all these lifetimes of lack and limitation and suffering here on this planet to go. You have the fuel. Co-creating alongside you, putting the puzzle pieces together. Each and every day doing the work. You don't necessarily have to know how the plan works the whole time. You don't have to know everything. You get up and go. Whatever's being presented is being presented for you. When the work is being presented, be willing to do the work. Because on the bigger picture, you're putting a puzzle piece or puzzle pieces together to create a picture that you're not aware of. But all the pieces are being presented to you because you desire to manifest, to create, to serve, to assist, to express yourself, to see beauty on this plane. And they're presenting you with all the pieces. You don't know where the pieces is. And sometimes we come up with plans and we want to do things and things don't work out like we want it to work out. They have the data. You have the body and the energy to go forward. You have the body. You're here to manifest. Here's what's fly about that. And here's how everything lines up in just great succession. The greater your intentions, let me specify, because I want us to be extremely clear about our intentions. Now, ain't nothing wrong with you wanting to be rich, right? I want to be rich, or I want to make some money for myself or my family and take care of my sphere, my personal sphere of influence. That's great. Of course, you're being assisted with that. There's another soul who wants to do things within their immediate community. I want to put on for my city. I want to make it nice here in my town or in my country, and put on that way. They want to help people and provide jobs. That's a great thing. That's beautiful. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You want to get everybody straight in your environment. There's another soul. There's another soul who want to assist everybody. He want to see freedom. He want to see everybody get the bag. Everybody experience abundance and peace and be able to move beyond the constraints of limitation. Now, all of those intentions are valid. All of them are valid. But understand this. The greater your intentions, the more support you have. What does that mean? We're being assisted on many spectrums and levels of existence with our own inner angelic circles all throughout the hierarchy. And we have all these energies available because souls from all throughout creation are here observing and they want to assist humanity. However, those with the greatest intent are being provided the most support because it serves the all more than just your own inner circle. Our experiences are assisting us in experiencing deeper and greater emotion. You don't know how good you can feel yet. You haven't experienced it yet. If you just reflect on that statement alone, you'll realize how beautiful being alive in this now moment is. You don't know how good you can feel yet. You haven't experienced it. There's always more. Trust. There's so much for you. You couldn't ask for a greater experience. You don't know how good you can feel yet. You don't know bliss yet. You don't know ecstasy yet. Your emotional experiences are assisting you with unfolding that. Your gratitude is assisting you with unfolding that. Great power you have access to, beloved. Great power. Consider that when you create something. While you're creating, consider that you have this access. They want to help you. They want to assist you with everything that you're unfolding. They want to assist you. Awareness. Going inside of yourself consciously. I'm talking about real meditation. Sitting down and closing your eyes and being quiet. I know everybody got these excuses about different ways they can meditate. No, yeah, meditate when I'm doing I'm talking about sitting down and closing your eyes and shutting it off. Shutting off all your stimuli, the outside stimuli, and being still. This is where you access this power. But you have to be in a high enough vibration to connect, or at least be receptive to these higher vibrational frequencies to receive the assistance that's necessary for you to develop and unfold that which you're here to create. The only way out is in. The greatest way to start a movement is to be still. You gotta relax. You gotta stop and get out of the program. Step away from the illusion for a minute. You gotta hit pause on the game to access all your options. To access your options, check your trajectory, look at the game map and all the stuff that's got to go and change your weapons and your clothes and so on and so forth to upgrade yourself, you have to step away from the game. You have to pause. The ego's attempts to overcompensate involves a bunch of talking and a bunch of actions. What we want to do is we feel like we can invest energy into doing things in order to overcompensate for not doing the internal work that does not work. The internal work is where it's at. We can do the same thing over and over and over and over again every day and still not make the same impact that a person would if they would actually just be still and check their vibration and then do. It's not about the things that you're doing, it's the way in which you're doing them, which involves vibration. If I'm changing my freak, I ain't got to move a muscle. Because when I did move, it's over. I changed everything because I checked my vibration first. Then I decided to go. Then I decided to move. Vibration first, then action. You move mountains when you check your vibration first. It's not what you're doing, it's how you do it. That's not how things change. Things change when the inside change. When you change, the world changes. You switch frameworks when you change your vibration. A lot of folks hustling backwards. It's just about hard work. Those days are over, beloved. Yes, of course you got to work hard, but once again, the foundation of the work that you're doing is in your vibration. It don't have to be that hard no more. We're dealing with liquid life. This is the age of Aquarius. We're dealing with liquid life. So yes, the ego is going to try to overcompensate through a whole bunch of activity. Not knowing it's like a dog chasing its own tail. How do you raise your vibration? Thank you, Sean. Beautiful expression. Keep the ego from being behind the wheel of our vessel. It's the heart's job to keep this in check. Gratitude, yes. Trust, yes. Sun gazing, absolutely. Being thankful, yes. Gratitude, absolutely. What else? Grounding, walking barefoot, swimming in the sea, absolutely. Thinking with the loving heart, absolutely. Open-hearted. Admiring the beauty in the world, absolutely. Getting into nature, thank you, Roxana. A positive emotional capacity, absolutely. Thank you, Fur. Eating clean, yes. Nature, yes. All great ideas. Loving yourself. Self-love is the foundation of all love. Thank you, Alfred. Pure intention. Singing. Dancing. Laughter. Absolutely. Thank you, Damon. Meditation. Elena in the house. Helping others. Giving, sharing, caring, loving, kindness, empathy, compassion. The fruits of our spirit. Breathing. Absolutely. Thank you. All great answers. These are the things that we're doing that imprise this lifestyle of ours. Listening to good music. Masturbation. Absolutely. Thank you, Zena. With love and intention. All of these are activities that are integrated within a loving lifestyle. A high vibrational, self-mastered lifestyle. Making love, making art, all of these things. You know what it is. We following our joy, serving others. Thank you, Cheryl. Stillness, creativity, breathing, exercises, emotional healing, compassion, self-acceptance, living in balance, spending time with people we love, communicate. All of these things, it's a lifestyle. At the end of the day, we're following our joy. We're following our joy. Drinking water. All of these things are raising our vibration. Mindfulness. Connecting with friends. The innocence of a child. These are all the things that children do. Most definitely, these are all high vibrational activities. This is a lifestyle choice, beloved. Of course, we have responsibilities, but we know how to integrate those responsibilities within this lifestyle of ours as we continue to follow our hearts. Kindness. Ain't nothing more gangster. Eye contact. Ain't nothing more gangster. Come on here. And you're the forerunners. You're the forerunners. There are other groups like ours. This is not anything that's exclusive to a set of people alone. However, this frequency of being, this aspect or this attribute of the Creator, we're communicating with many. Many world leaders right now are in communication, direct communication with us. They've assumed for many generations that humanity was too childish, unprepared for this level of communication, for awareness of the other realms of existence, the life that exists all throughout creation. However, those that are responsible for making the real rules and regulations and policies that common humanity obey each and every day speak of humanity as being too immature to have those type of conversations or experience those type of connections with higher frequency realities. They're aware of our presence, have been for a long time, for a very long time. And those of you with the confidence enough to trust yourself and have come to this place of being able to follow your heart, of course you're open to that type of conversation. Things. It's a process, but there's something deep inside of you that knows beyond a shadow of a doubt that God don't make mistakes. All of this stuff and all that stuff in the sky ain't just blinking lights of emptiness. That don't work. That doesn't make sense at all. That's ridiculous to a mature soul, to an ancient soul. That's ridiculous that we're all starting to understand, or at least give that validity to. We're starting to heal from all the programming that we've been indoctrinated with throughout all our years here on the surface of the plane. Starting to entertain these ideas. Why? We're growing up. For many of us, it's not a big deal anymore. But of course, we have to heal beyond our fear of differences. I'm talking about extraterrestrials. People scared of spiders. They don't want to connect with no beings. But this is the ego. It's extremely immature. It's a child when it comes to having these types of conversations. But of course, those of us who are mature within our sphere of influence in the population, we have the ability to share this awareness, of course, with those who are open. And we have the confidence to speak to these things without stuttering and second guessing ourselves or having doubt and fear when it comes to this type of talk. You know how you do that? The higher your vibrational frequency, the more you can feel. You are the higher your vibrational frequency, the more sensitive you are. This sensitivity is granting you access. This is your light body. This is your light body. Here's where you realize how important it is to balance yourself, to find home. Sensitivity is being aware, however, finding the grounded space of presence inside your own heart is what's necessary for you to coexist amongst the densities and distortions of Earth humanity as a healer. Because you talk to any empath, and yeah, I'm empathetic. I don't like being around these people. I gotta get away from these people, and but I gotta block and cut people off because I'm an empath, and whoop whoop whoop. And it's like, look, that's not it. Because you're not here to run away from life. There's nobody in your sphere of influence or in your life by accident. You're not a victim. You're not running away from people. You're where you are with who you're with for a purpose. And it's not to run. It's not to cut people off. It's not to judge folks. It's not to project and label people as negative. That's not what sensitivity is about. Yes, of course, time alone is absolutely important because then you ground yourself. You're able to engage. You can smell your own fragrance. Being amongst yourself, being in your own space, you know how you smell. So when you go and you be around folks and you're in the chaos and you're at the party or at the club or at the family gathering or the reunion or with some friends or the picnic or whatever the case may be, you can exist from a place of compassion and empathy, and you can tell the difference from their energy and your energy, and you maintain and hold that light within yourself. You know who you are. You don't lose yourself in the crowd. You find yourself in the crowd because you're sensitive. And you hold that space of unconditional love and acceptance and objective observation when you're in a crowd, because you know who you are. You spend enough time alone to recognize your own fragrance. You know your frequency. You have the stability and strength to truly be present and serve your brothers and sisters. Of course you're sensitive, but you're sensitive here at a service capacity. You're here to help souls through being truly aware of who you are. The more you're aware of who you are, the more you can engage and cultivate that frequency so you can coexist around these folks. You're not a victim to them. Stop. You're God. Reclaim your power. Reclaim your power. Don't nobody get to choose how you feel. Don't nobody choose or make you feel this way or that way or look, that's not it. You are the one who get to choose how you feel about each and everything that happens in your experience. You get to choose. People who choose how you feel control your life. Don't nobody deserve that level of power over you. Don't nobody get to choose how you feel. How you feel now creates what happens next for you, not for them, for you. It takes some time. It don't happen off top. Yes, things hurt and stuff happens and there's programmed responses to different situations that happen in our lives. So no, we're not going to have immediate control of our emotions. But as we continue to dive deep within ourselves and we do the internal work of self-realization, we do the internal work and we spend the time alone in the healthy solitude and we start to discover ourselves and cultivate a sense of being within ourselves. We know what makes us tick. We know what we get down with or what we don't. We know what our triggers are. We get to cultivate a sense of balance, of presence. We get to ground ourselves more each and every day. This is what grounding yourself means. It's about coming home and sitting on the throne. You know who you are. You return home to the frequency of peace. The more you do that, the more you can go out into the world and be amongst the world. In the world, not of the world. You can be amongst your friends or at the party or whatever the case may be, but you don't have to participate in no foolishness. You ain't got to go out here and do what they doing. You're confident enough, you're self-aware enough to remain in your own space. Stillness is where it happens, where you cultivate, where you put your crown on. You stand in your power. Thank you, Keisha. You stand in your power through going inside, through going to your own heart space. You're your own authority. You're not listening to other people's programs. You don't have to buy what they're selling. That's your program, beloved. That's not mine. I don't have to buy that. I know where the authority is. No, absolutely. No Kool-Aid for me. I don't know. I don't have to drink that. Oh, you better go get your vaccine. I don't have to drink that. It's my choice. There's an opportunity to expand before all of us. But we're working on some things that come natural with the territory. To dive so deep into relativity is quite the venture. To heal from relativity is an amazing feat. The destiny of Earth humanity is unity consciousness. Here's the thing about your own individual path. This is another gauge. Pay attention. The moment that you truly realize that there is no them and us, you're on the verge of a great breakthrough in your own individual consciousness. The density of relativity on this plane of existence is vast. However, as an individual, deep within your heart space, deep within the depths of your soul, when you recognize that there's no them, you move onto the path of self-mastery. True self-mastery. There's no truer words that have been spoken about this on this plane of existence. When that spectrum of existence ends, you're actually prepared to live as a whole being. As a whole being. As one with the Creator. Until then, you split off. You just split. You're not prepared to live as a whole being until that path is traversed. until that decision is made. Because once again, we say you're the source, you're God, but God is everything, all. You'll never ever be a whole being until you consciously process that the end of them is the beginning of you. That's when you're ready to begin the path of mastery. With the endless planes of all the galaxies and all the universes, you're prepared. You prepare yourself through the ending of that within your consciousness. And only then, you didn't come all this way to give up now. You didn't come all this way after all that stuff. You didn't come all this way to not embrace the wholeness of your being, to recognize that you are responsible for the saga that is Earth humanity. You didn't come this far not to realize that this is your story. To truly sense the point of the entire experience. Who you are as the fabric of existence itself. Who you are as the fabric of existence itself. I said it before, I say it again. They knew we was coming. That's why they around here tripping. They knew we was coming. We back. We got work to do, y'all. And who we are humbly as the angelic realms of the Galactic Council, the Galactic Federation of Light, and who I am as your Commander Ashtar. Thank you for joining us for another Sunday Stillness. We love y'all. Let's do it.